Anywho's, oh yeah, you guys wanted me to watch the story of xQc. It's 25 minutes. Listen, it's gonna be 11. Oh, we'll still have 2 hours of stream. It's fine.
Welcome to the jungle.
This is xQc.
Real good intro.
This insult! Cucklord piece of shit for your
Suck it, suck it, suck it, suck.
So what now? What now, you bitches?
He was once one of the Overwatch League's best tank players.
I think that if he carries on performing like this, he could be a top 3, top 4 tank in the league.
xQc cleaning house, knocks him off.
He's a product of the
His
internet
origin story is
age,
actually
a
hilarious.
kid who became famous online.
We rolled you and smoked your ass.
I like your socks. Thanks for the 4 months. I'm not wearing socks.
And then, all at once, he was thrust into a professional world.
Thrust Craigasm. Sorry. Oh my god, I'm just in chat.
A clean-cut franchise
Wait a
professional league.
second.
And all at once, he was thrust into a professional world.
It's a jungle in here.
Yep, that's xQc.
A clean-cut
Rip,
franchise
17
professional
months. Dottie
league
Chap,
where
15
he
months.
had to be on his best behavior, lock away his toxic side, and put on a show for the fans. But that just wasn't meant to be.
Shut your fucking mouth. Go back there. Suck a fat cock. I mean, he would like it, but.
Have you seen the video
This
about
is the
Brad's
story
wife?
of
Uppy
xQc.
Cameron, thanks for subbing.
You dirty hentai.
Oh, I see Mike.
We're
Thanks
looking for the
13
top
months.
players in the world and the team owners who will form the Overwatch League.
A brand new game and a fully franchised, geolocated league. A league that had the power to create superstars overnight. The Overwatch League changed the game.
Not gonna lie, that's a clean
We're
commercial.
working towards launching the Overwatch League as the pinnacle of Overwatch esports. One that all aspiring players and audiences can celebrate, strive towards, and call their own.
When the Overwatch League was first
is
announced, it
mine.
instantly made waves across competitive gaming. Those with a first-person shooter background flocked to the game for a shot at a pro contract. Everyone wanted in on the ground floor. One of those being Felix xQc Langell.
I'm at the point in life where like my brain has just gotten so big I can't listen to people talk at normal speed. Like I fucking can't.
Nice shatter.
I yoke. But when you think, oh man, I just made this connection. I really am a 2x Andy. I just made this connection. I look at chat go in 2x speed and I listen to people in 2x speed. My life is just going too fast. What if I'm not stopping to smell the roses?
Pokey too good for normal speed speakers.
xQc was a tank main and was building a reputation as an incredible talent while piloting Winston,
This
one of
is
the game's
fine,
premier
right?
space makers. He was aggressive yet controlled in-game, something he wasn't outside of it. Like many other up-and-coming players, xQc paired his competitive aspirations with a rapidly growing Twitch stream. As a broadcaster, he was completely uncaged.
Yo, loads of toads. Welcome to the jungle. Thanks for subscribing. Woo! Man, fucking we got a sub, dude. We got a fucking sub. We got a fucking sub on this bitch. A motherfucking sub, a subscription to my channel. Woo!
Oh, that's a mattress?
The living embodiment of the internet, a master of memes, games, chugging cokes, rage quitting, and, of course, that trademark flame.
Cloudmaker, Cucklord, paid service, Cucklord piece of shit for your.
For xQc, his journey began with a team called Datsit, which won a small DreamHack Montreal event, and then Q, which was later acquired by...
Wait guys, is that too fast?
Denial
Come
Esports.
on.
Hey guys, my name is xQc. I'm the current tank for Team Denial, and I play a lot of competitive games, so you might know me from solo queue as well.
And it was with Arc 6 that they qualified.
Oh my god, my cam is in the wrong spot. Seeing him like wholesome talk, it's really funny. Like, you know, be nice.
For Season 0 of the Overwatch League Contenders, a proving ground for players who hope to reach the big leagues. In addition to Contenders, many of the game's most influential eyes were on the Overwatch World Cup in 2017.
It's one of the biggest stages in the world. There's going to be a lot of eyes on you. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
This became an even more pronounced
Super
proving
Saiyan
ground for the
6
first
months.
season of the Overwatch League, and xQc was the main tank for Team Canada.
It's a jungle in here. xQc.
Canada!
xQc might just
Mon
get his
frère canadien! Oui, oui, poutine baguette, poisson omelette!
That was huge. Oh, it's a beautiful setup for xQc to get the Earth but the damage wasn't quite there. But look at all the kills he managed to get just with the use of that ultimate here. Australia, we're all together, a one big juicy package. And xQc out of a breakfast. Mercy one, mercy dead. Okay. It's just Tracer.
Not traditionally known as an esports powerhouse, Canada impressed at the event and showed some great synergy and teamwork that helped them overcome some of the world's finest.
It's kept half of Australia from contest at this point whatsoever. Over time it is, but where are Australia? ATAR desperately, it's a valiant attempt to keep this game alive, but it's not going to be enough. Australia, your Crocodile Dundee. This is why Canada are here. This is why they're one of the best teams as an all-star roster in the World Cup, because it's a new patch. It's a new meta for so many people.
Oh wait, never mind, they won!
An adjusted mid-series.
But xQc was all the way over there. I thought they lost.
Bring the reverse sweep. That's true grit, the hallmark of a champion. Stella with another picture. Managed to get things soon and take it out. Overtime is ticking down. Sweden, where are they? They're trying to jump on towards the point. They're rushing in.
Okay, that wasn't Pepega, guys. Me, knowing only that this is the contention spot and that xQc is over here, obviously I'm gonna think. Then again, I didn't really look at who's on the team. Oh yeah, moving on.
This game alive, it's not going to be enough. Australia, your Crocodile Dundee. This is why Canada are here. This is why
Australia, your Crocodile Dandy. What does that mean?
One of the best teams as an all-star roster in the World Cup, because it's a new patch. It's a new meta for so many people. But these guys pulled their socks up and adjusted mid-series to bring the reverse sweep. That's true.
Oh,
the whole
done.
Of a champion. Stella was out of the picture.
Why is there a D at the end of done?
Sweden, where are they? They're trying to jump on towards the point. They're rushing in. But Canada, they put the flag in the ground. The North belongs to the Maple Leafs.
In fact, they made it all the way to the finals, where they eventually were...
I didn't know Crocodile Dundee was a movie. I have no idea what that is. Literally. And to be honest, it's not because I'm a Zoomer. I just... Oh, wait. This is actually really old. And it's American. If it's an old movie and it's American, especially if it's American, I know nothing about it. I've seen, like, literally 2 movies, and they both came out in the last 2 years.
Were dispatched by a star-studded South Korean team filled with many of the Overwatch League's future stars. And xQc was voted by the fans as the tournament's MVP.
Thank you so much for everyone who voted. Thank you so much. Congratulations once again, guys. Give it up for xQc. Give it up for South Korea.
He wants to freaking eat it.
When the World Cup came to a close and it was time for the league's franchises to start signing players for their inaugural roster.
If you guys think that it's bad that I don't know Crocodile Dundee, I've never watched Toy Story. Just to give you an accurate description of how little I know about movies. I know there's like 3 people in chat that said same, and I just want you to know, like, I connect with you on a spiritual level. 4 people, 5 people. Please don't leave me, guys, okay? Look, poor me. I've never even seen Toy Story. Are you really gonna break my heart more by leaving? Erenuzu Maki, thanks for subbing. Soul Call, thanks for subbing. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. Yes. Should I watch it? Like now? Oh, my mom texted me. Should I just...
xQc's name was prominent among prospective main tanks.
DP behind us.
Holy shit, you just dunked on them from the top ropes?
I was fucking near my doggy.
I will watch it. I promise you guys.
Holy fuck! I'm a maniac at the time!
Who is Brad? Okay, sorry. Mimi's toy is like freaking out over here. I have to turn it off. I apologize. Omega Law 3.
And on October 28, 2017, the Dallas Fuel announced xQc as the 9th member of their Overwatch League Season 1 roster.
xQc is a spaz who can somehow barely keep his life together, but he absolutely dominates his Winston in game.
As the 9th member of their Overwatch League Season 1 roster.
xQc
I thought that was some very
is a spaz who can somehow
Dirty hentai.
barely keep his life together,
Javi, thanks for the
but
43
he
months.
absolutely dominates his Winston in game.
One of the best Winstons in the game. Like, that's not what a lot of people would say from a guy who has not been playing professionally for a long time.
It's like he's very, very driven to improve, and I really admire that about him.
When he actually gets...
Wait, is that why he does like monkey costumes in Minecraft? Because he was a Winston main? Oh, that's funny. 'Cause for me, it's just like, we call ourselves monkeys all the time, you know?
confident in himself, and he's seen
Malu thinks you're
doing
subbing.
great things.
He will stream all day. He will play all day.
My
He doesn't.
friend dared me to donate to you, and can you add me on Fortnite?
Why is that a dare? And sorry, I don't add people through donos.
Care. All he wants to do is play and get good.
Heading into the league, they were advertised as one of the best, especially
I'll
when you look at the roster they
pausing.
managed to put
Sorry.
together. With the likes of xQc on the tank line, the talent of players like
I know,
Taimu and
pausing
Mickey,
Polly
and the
now.
versatility of Seagull, they look to be one of the premier teams to beat.
Oh, I remember
They've been the strongest
Seagull.
Western team throughout the whole of 2017 and 2016. This is a team with pedigree
like,
and so much
popped
talent on the
the
roster.
F
But they
off.
stumbled out of the gates.
Down
Oh,
2-0,
no.
we're into OT.
Can Mickey get this ultimate on
Fun
time?
Overwatch.
Yes, he's going to get that self-destruct.
Pulse bomb. Self-destruct to use. Mickey should get the mech back again. There is OT, and so our last map will end in a draw, which means that Seoul Dynasty, as we said earlier, has taken this series.
This is just spinning out of control now for Dallas.
Time ticking away,
Break the
and that is
keyboard.
it. LA Valiant will
Break
take
it.
Kambani, and they will take the series 3-0. 3 wins and a tie will be the result
Not gonna lie,
of
this
this match
stage is
between them and Dallas
dope.
Fuel.
And the Overwatch
What?
League, Houston Outlaws 4-0. The Dallas Fuel. The sweep.
And after their third match against the Houston Outlaws, xQc made matters worse for the organization when he directed a homophobic slur at Austin Muma Wilmot, an openly gay player.
In the wise words of a good friend.
I actually never knew this. I knew about the tryhard stuff. I've never seen this.
Of mine rolled and smoked my doggies. No, he didn't smoke shit. Shut your fucking mouth. Go back there. Suck a fat cock. I mean, he would like it, but
So many games ahead. Love you.
To many over.
Oh. Oh, I paused the video because I thought that was my text-to-speech because I've had that voice before. Couch Potato, thanks for gifting sub to Evan. I'm so sorry.
This was their first exposure to xQc's toxic side, but it certainly wasn't his first time getting into trouble. Even prior to joining Dallas, he had his account suspended by Blizzard for abusing their in-game reporting system on stream. He was using it to spam report the accounts of teammates that refused to switch off characters he thought weren't good enough for competitive play.
I report someone that is genuinely fucking up the game, and I get banned in 24 hours.
What do I have to do to get you to add me?
That's not okay.
And while his online fame was just starting to grow, xQc's style of digital absurdity
Brad's wife
offered
makes
ample
the best
opportunity for him
fried
to cross the
chicken.
line
Go
of what was
watch
acceptable.
Brad's wife.
Let's fucking go! Stop me! Stop me for first time! Go stack and fucking PTR fucking EU! Get the fuck out of my son of a bitch!
He fed off the energy of his viewers and fans and humored them when they urged him to toe that line. The Fuel took matters into their own hands after the league's announcement as well, extending his ban from just 4 games to the entire rest of the stage to reinforce their stance on his actions.
I apologize. I'm super sorry to the people that I've let down, the people that support me, that see me differently now. To members of the LGBT community, I'm so sorry.
Aww.
Move himself, even though I talked to him directly. The Outlaws as a whole, my team, the Fuel organization, and Overwatch League entirely. This could have been a huge deal, a huge disaster to the health of the entire league, and I understand that now. And I'm sorry.
That's actually a really
And when he returned from his ban, he
genuine,
clearly had something to prove on stage.
wholesome
There's a new monkey in
apology.
town, fresh off the suspension.
You guys are capping, but I thought that was pretty good.
Comes in, xQc sets it up for AKM, and the barrage is the end of that push for the
But again, I don't
Gladiators.
know much about
What
the
a combo from
situation.
Dallas. We'll see what happens. xQc come in.
And
He
also,
goes to the
xQc
charge. He says,
doesn't
forget
seem
the
like the
Urshadow. No,
actor
here he goes.
type to me,
Gets
you know?
Fissure anyway. They're not even going to get the Reinhardt ultimate out. Costa going in now with the Coalescence. They use the sound barrier from Harry Hook as well. Hydration back in. There's a Graviton Surge. There's xQc with the double kill. The time is building one more time. The last attack for Dallas Fuel. It looks like it may have done it. Earthshatter coming in, but Fissure can't capitalize.
Nice.
And Dallas Fuel will win King's Row.
I'm super happy to be back after being like a month off and in my room. I'm super glad. Follow time in the chat, and thanks for everyone who supported us. Burn blue!
And thus began the quintessential
Smiley.
story of xQc. The constant back and forth between his offstage antics and his increasingly strong onstage performance.
What I love about this as well is that he comes back in and deals so much damage afterwards into this Graviton, generates almost another one, and then blocks that Deadeye that was coming out from Surefour. That's a fantastic play coming out from xQc.
He returned to stage 2 with a vengeance, vaulting himself into the conversation among the league's best main tanks.
I think that if he carries on performing like this, he could be a top 3, top 4 tank in the league. The guy's got skills.
I know that would make a lot of fans happy. You guys want to see more xQc?
But the whispers of xQc's redemption arc were silenced just as quickly as they started. On March 9th, 2018, xQc was suspended by Blizzard for the second time in as many stages, this time for using the tryhard emote in a racially disparaging way towards one of the Overwatch League's casters.
I didn't tap in into Overwatch League and look at who's on screen or whatever. I understand it could look like it, but I post it so very often. I post it all the time. It's literally just how I greet people. Then I was just like, dude, what?
The Dallas Fuel took action, and this time there was no shot at redemption.
That's announced release of Felix XC Langel voice.
Like more than
or Langel.
I remember this was when I heard about xQc.
From celebs aren't crafted by a PR department.
You've seen The Boys. Do you really think any apologies from celebs aren't crafted by a PR department? To be completely honest with you, I really don't think you should see streamers and influencers as celebs like that. Sometimes, especially maybe more so in a more developed industry like the beauty industry on YouTube, sure, they might have PR teams. Have you fucking seen most streamers? We don't know what the hell we're doing. We do our best. Maybe we ask people for advice, but even if you have the best script in front of you, how you deliver it as a streamer, someone that's not used to acting, goes to show a lot in terms of how much you mean it.
Who's that? It's Pokimane. Hello, smile.
Not even two full stages into his Overwatch career, xQc, one of the league's most talented tank players,
he did it in one take and no script for the apology. I mean, like, I would believe that. Whether he thought about what he was going to say beforehand, it seemed like he meant it. That's all I'm going to say. I have no idea if he did it in one take or not, or whatever the heck.
and popular personalities was removed from the Fuel entirely. Just as quickly as his rise to fame happened, his career looked to be all but over.
So for me, like, the Overwatch League as a whole was pretty bittersweet, to say the least. When I got in, I was really fucking happy, right? And I was like Pog champ, and everyone was happy for me, dude. And it was nice, but I just felt all undeserving anyway.
At least for the time being, his time on the Overwatch League stage was
actually
over.
a nerf war would be good.
I decided to donate because I saw that you were released. Since you will be going home as soon as the least I could do, stay safe on the streets, my man.
This is it. Cue dramatic music, boys.
xQc immediately focused all of his attention to his stream.
Okay, watch this. I'm gonna debate them.
They
fell for that shit.
As a broadcaster, the now outcast xQc instantly flourished. During his first 3 months as a professional streamer after being kicked off the Fuel, his channel spiked up to almost 10,000 viewers concurrently. And they were there for exactly the same person that the Overwatch League had banned.
I love how much like they portray him as like bad boy, good girl gone bad, but it's xQc or something.
League had banned.
So what now? What the heck, bitches? I'm a
If you want to see some toes, you can just like Google him.
Get fucking down! Please!
Thanks for
This damn sucked! No, I don't give a fuck. I normally I'm respectful. Dog shit!
You see, even as a pro, xQc never logged off. He famously would just chain his Dallas Fuel practices into 8, 9, or 10-hour streams.
Popped off!
He is a gamer incarnate, strung out on red cans of Coke, insta-queuing after a tilting match, and bringing his viewers along for the rage-induced ride.
That's very true. This man streams. Like, streams a lot. Props to that. Anyone that like streams super long hours, but also especially if they like do it in a healthy manner of some sorts, like they take into consideration their health as well. Good shit. Good shit.
Yeah.
Fucking bitches! That's my water broken.
Good shit.
It's actually better now. Thank you.
But also, yeah, I don't know if he's like.
He was streaming Overwatch primarily.
His
His
health at all. I'm just saying, so many
mixed
people.
with the odd tracer game, so he.
Again, I don't know much about xQc. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people stream a lot of hours, and I really respect the grind. I also am just noting, like, it's even more difficult to do so, taking into consideration your health.
Could show off his DPS pocket pick.
Holy shit.
Pop it off!
Holy!
The music!
San Francisco Shock xQc winning! Ah, shit, come on. Oh, no, you can't win that.
What the fuck? Did I get on team? How are we not winning this? What the fuck? I killed the whole team, dude.
But despite his high level of play, this wasn't a competitive stream. It was meant to be entertainment.
It's just Dragon
memes
thinks
and
it's
screaming at the top of your lungs and smashing your keyboards and talking trash, all compartmentalized into one Twitch URL, packaged up nicely, and the volume cranked to 100.
Sorry.
Let's fucking go, boys! Let's fucking go, boys! Holy fucking shit! This is 2 stops! Let's fucking go!
And now, freed from the shackles of professional obligations, he let it all loose for thousands to see.
Go! Fix the gun!
Hit her hit once.
And whether you loved him or you hated him, thought he was a talented tank player or a toxic gamer, he was still growing. Later in 2018, he was signed to an Overwatch contenders team called GOATS, where he could continue to scratch his competitive itch.
Last fight! He's in the out!
Shane, guys, this is the 22 line.
And he heals. Face up! Face up! Let's go, face up! Look at that! It's your thing! Hold on the point, now! Where you going? You're going back to France!
In the wake of his departure from Dallas, xQc was still invited to participate in the 2018 Overwatch
Canada!
World Cup.
To feel, you know, the people in the crowd, the energy, the competitive aspect, it's a lot of fun. So I'm glad to be back.
Throwing body after buying the fight. xQc winning.
Yo, not to be another pausing Paulina.
You know, the people in the crowd, the energy, the competitive aspect.
He has good ass teeth, Smiley.
It's a lot of fun. So I'm
Look,
glad.
you see that? You see those pearly whites? Can I get a smile in chat? Those are some good teeth. I always notice that about someone. I don't know why. And then I want to know, like, did you get braces? What's up? That Blade Kid thinks
This is
for something.
Canada territory, and they take that one. Friends, gotta get the payload. They do. AK looking for the ground. Doesn't one get eaten. Drops the ground. Picks up 4. Follow through. Are you there? No, not quite yet. Unco looking for the xQc. Making room. France struggling. It's not enough. Canada gotta take map 2. Vance, they need a bit more of the point. xQc, let it all out. Range to your heart's content as Canada makes the space they need. Point A is theirs, and they move on to the semifinals.
But even though he knew he was walking on thin ice, he was unable to keep himself out of trouble. The 2018 World Cup was not the Cinderella story Canada and xQc had hoped for.
Every time you pause, you have to give 2 subs.
Okay, every time I pause after this, I'll give 2 subs. But I want to also say, I hope you guys are understanding of me in the sense that I feel bad if I'm just yoinking content outright and never pausing, right? It's like people are like, this isn't transformative, yelling at you for that, or they're yelling at you for pausing too much, or they're yelling at you for not reacting hard enough, or they're yelling at you for reacting too much and taking up too much of the video. You know, it's hard. True, thank you. Pool Party Soda, thanks for 4 months. But for the rest of this video, we got like 7 minutes. No pausing, and if I force myself to pause, I'll give 2 subs.
Seem to be right here when they need to be. Chance across the point for xQc in the valley.
Pinky promise.
The superstar, but it may not be enough. Short fall down to 1 sky, finds the last orb, and now he's in position to heal up. 5 stars on the flag, 5 stars from the judges, and China will be in a gold medal match.
In 2019, xQc is a streamer and broadcaster first.
I think xQc is probably going to be one of your next big boys. I think he's awesome. I think he's going to do great, and I think he's really doing a good job with picking the right games to play.
His concurrent viewership numbers have jumped to more than 15,000 at a time most months, and his popularity online has surpassed the barriers of the esports community and started to blend in with some of the most popular online personalities.
Alexia! Friends, Smiley.
Oh, shit! Suck it! Suck it, pussy! Suck it!
I love that Soda said that, though.
Victory Royale! Victory!
He's a fixture within the uber-popular subreddit r/livestream fails, and he started to broaden the scope of both his content and his social circle.
xQc's body looks like that alien in Men in Black. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna find it.
I paused! I'm so sorry. I wanted to Google it. I thought he wasn't gonna Google it. I wanted to Google it. Fine. Oh my god, I'll do it. I didn't even... I really am bad at this. Frick. I'm sorry, guys. It's not 4, because this whole thing counts as 1 pause, right? Okay, keep a tracker. I'll gift them all at the end, okay?
xQc.
He's now often interacting with many of the other top general interest streamers in SodaPoppin and Greek God X.
Are we gonna at least live near each other so we can hang out when we're done streaming?
Sure, but we're probably all gonna live next to each other and we're never gonna go out.
And then we're gonna stream because we're bored.
True.
Yeah.
Well, despite the game still being a
True.
fixture on his channel, you'd be hard-pressed to still call xQc an Overwatch streamer. Quite frankly, it's difficult to call him any one thing, because his channel truly is a living, breathing entity. He'll do, play, or watch whatever's funny, whatever's dramatic, or whatever people are talking about online. He's a variety streamer, top 500 Overwatch player, and online tastemaker. He's chasing one thing. and
Yeah,
the
I
only
do
thing,
like that he's
what he
done so
calls
many different
juice.
things
There's
on
no
his
clear
channel.
definition of what the juice is. Because the juice is whatever you make it. It can be anything. Nobody can define what it is for you. You know what the juice is, right? For me, like sometimes I think the juice is. Whenever I win, I pop off, right? Like I go, ah, monkey bag, poop, mauled, poop. That's my juice. Right?
What's my juice?
Oh, you guys are huge! What the fuck? Dude, let's go! xQc! Holy shit! Yo! What the fuck? Yo, what the actual 6K championship, boys! Oh my god, highly requested,
Juxtaposed within his gaming content is what has come to be some of the most popular content on his channel. Him just sitting in front of a camera and reacting to things.
Go again! Go again. We go again, chat. Guys, I think it's time to go again.
He's added what he calls the Reddit recap every week, where he and his fan base traverse Reddit and watch and react to all of the most popular clips and highlights in the online world.
Okay, Clint falls for the bait.
I'll do epic soy milk. J38 B41.
Dude, really? Dude, honestly?
Good one.
Who would fall for this?
I entered in something. Oh, I entered in
Debated. Come on.
This is in addition to Media Monday, where
oh my
in
God, I
what
wanted
might
to
be
pause
the most
so bad
terrifying
there.
content creation act of all time, he allows
I
his
don't
chat
really know
to decide
Clint, but I
absolutely
wanna
everything on screen for the
learn.
entire stream. He'll do anything. He'll IRL stream, play a hand simulator, watch YouTube, just chat, or literally sleep for 9 hours. It's the ultimate chat experience. Somehow, some way, there's a streamer who will more or less do whatever they ask of him at any time.
Can you lick your elbow? Okay, why would you want me to lick my
That's
elbow?
your shoulder.
But at what cost? And that is truly the question when it comes to xQc. On one hand, we have this revolutionary personality, the kind of rambunctious energy that's infectious enough to have an entire subreddit, Discord channel, and community built around him, simply acting crazy online.
What the fuck? Jesus, kill me.
And on the other hand, you have someone who has been harmful to a portion of the gaming zeitgeist. Someone who's unafraid to cross lines, uses slurs like they're commonplace, and unabashedly attacks teammates and competitors.
So who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?
AX.
Who the fuck are you?
XV thinks it's having, and let me know.
You're barely GM, dude. You're barely GM. You're barely GM, dude. You better yell boggers and you had one sleep on the fucking line. Fuck you. Get a purple, get a grip, get fucking out the game. Fuck off, avoid it, piece of shit.
He's a living, breathing enigma, a symbol of the rampant, unstoppable growth that is personality-based online content creation, while simultaneously attacking his own growth by reinforcing the dark cloud of bigotry that hangs over gaming in its darkest hours. Recently, he's moved back to LA, where he signed with the LA Gladiators contenders roster.
Hey, shields up, baby. Boys, I just joined the Gladiators and the Sentinels.
Is this his path back to the pros?
That's so
Is a real
hype.
redemption arc in the future? Is xQc good or bad for gaming, a hero or a villain? Well, that's for you to decide, but without question, he's only going to get bigger before we find out. Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring that.
I think he's a net positive. For sure. For sure. If you get to know him, like, that doesn't count as a pause! It's over!
That notification bell. For unique bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit up our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages.
Y'all happy? You know what? He gave me one. I'm gonna give him one back. But yeah, I think, I don't know. If you watch xQc, you can tell even through the gamer rage and edgy memes or whatever, he's not a bad person at all, nor does he advocate for bad things. If anything...
So, Pokey, can you lick your elbows? Peepo.
Got it.